All right, so we are here with Shelley Uvenel Hesh and Kimberly Byback from. It's funny, you guys are both WTFC, which is Women's Trucking Federation of Canada, and Sharp Transportation. How lucky is that?
Very
Double
lucky.
whammy.
All right, so you guys got an upcoming event coming up. Tell us about this event. What's it called? Where is it?
It's called Bridging the Barriers. It's on Saturday, October 27th. It's at the CHSI Center in Mississauga. It's an event that we hope that not only just drivers will come out to, but companies, recruiting, safety, diesel technicians. It's truly an event for everyone.
So, what made you start an event? This is your first event, right? So, what made you get into the event world?
You know, quite often, as you know, for the last couple of years, I've attended a lot of events myself, and most are not geared to drivers or anybody that's the grassroots of the industry. Safety, recruiting, they're just basically geared for upper management and up. And you often hear that they want to know more about what's going on in the grassroots. How do we fix this? How do we come together? How do we get more women in the industry? Well, I'm going to show you how to do that. My board and I have put together a really good group of speakers, panelists. So there's lots you're going to learn from ladies and men that are still in the industry.
So you're a part of our Smart Trucker Seminar series, which we had last year. That was geared to drivers too, but it's still hard to get out drivers. So are you thinking that you're going to get a larger female audience because of Women's Trucking Federation? Or what's the target for the drivers coming out? What are they hoping to get out of it?
Well, right now we're hoping to have both sexes. We do not discriminate because of race. Over 25% of our membership are men. So right now we have about 15 drivers registered to come to the event, and it's about half and half of the sexes, if you want to get down to the nitpicks. And, we have like Sergeant Brian Jones coming from the OPP that very much wants to talk to drivers from right across Ontario and talk to them and communicate about what's going on our roadways and what they can do to help and what he feels the OPP can do more to help.
Kimberly, how are you involved in this? You're the marketing person for Sharp, but you're probably in marketing. Are you marketing for WTFC as well?
I'm part of the marketing department.
You are. Okay, so how are you involved in the event? Are you just supporting Shelley? Are you speaking or showing exercises? Or
I'm part of the planning committee along with Shelley. I'm also going to be moderating the driver panel, which is a great panel. It also gives accolade to the front line, which really looking forward to hearing their perspective, among many other fantastic topics.
So are you having, what's the take from women in the industry? What are they thinking about the event? Are they looking forward to that? Because actually, to be honest with you, based on the classes I've done, the women in the classes ask a lot more questions than the men in the class. And that's because they're probably showing more interest than a lot of the guys. Are you finding that through the seminar? Are they kind of putting their input as to what they want to hear?
Quite a few of the ladies have, sent us messages or emails concerned about how much freedom they're going to have to actually ask questions. That's their big thing. So we've tried to make sure we've allowed a generous amount of time as one of the speakers. We've also invited members to give feedback on questions, especially for the two attorneys that are going to be there, so they can address the issues that are important to them as well as what's important to companies. Right, so we have a lot of confusion right now in regards to medical marijuana. The driver-facing dash cams are a big concern to drivers. So these are some of the issues that we're going to cover.
Good. So give us a rundown of the day. How's it going to work? Kimberly, do you want to do that? Do you have that on your phone? You're the marketing person.
Of course we do. So like any of the events, we're obviously going to have a lot of opportunity for networking. There's going to be a great Q&A period for each section. The purpose overall is to be an educational component. Along with that is, as Shelley was mentioning, to tie in all areas of the industry and bring everybody together from all different levels. And basically marry them and to get them to understand each other's rules and perspectives to strengthen what we all do as a team.
Right. Good. Well, that's a good. So you guys have a lot of information here from the speakers. Some of the speakers that were here today and we're at an ISB event are, I think, part of your seminar, right?
Charlie is. And Todd Moore. I think today we learned a lot at this session about culture and how important company culture is. And that's something that we've been trying to say for a while. And it's glad to see that others are now starting to pick up the same thing. And company and culture is everybody within the company, okay? So we got to start bringing in the grassroots more. And I'd also like to say that, we're going to have a very special presentation at our event from Vicky DeVos from IMVR, launching a new driver technology. If you're anybody in this industry that has any inclination about driving or anything, you do not want to miss her unveil. It's going to be awesome.
I know I'm looking forward to that myself. I wish I could be at the event. Unfortunately, I'm already booked somewhere else. Apologize for that, but I am certainly supporting in a big way.
We would actually love to acknowledge that as well and say thank you very much to Bruce and Lead Pedal Podcast for sponsoring the event and offering a generous gift certificate for the first 50 registrants. We'll be pulling a draw.
Get in there. You want to get one of those? So
Bruce is the bomb.
they say that, but they don't always mean it the way you do, Shelley. So thank you for. Okay, so you got it's Driver Appreciation. I like to say Driver Appreciation Month. We're in September here. Let's start with Sharp. What did Sharp do for driver appreciation, and what are you seeing around the country or hearing?
So funny thing is, Sharp is celebrating 20 years right now. So there's a combination of the celebration for the 20 years and the driver appreciation. The CEO has decided to cater 3 different Fridays so that all the drivers have an opportunity to come in and enjoy a good meal and camaraderie.
Oh, last Friday we had some beautiful pulled pork, all cooked right in there on our cooker because one of our drivers cooks it, and nobody makes pulled pork the way he does. So we're enjoying all the snacks in the office. It's just constant food in there right now. So, and healthy food too.
So you've been driving over 25 years, Shelley, or what's the number you've been driving?
About 17 years in a big truck, but 27 years in the industry because I started smaller and grew up.
And both of you work for a very, I'm going to say them, a quality carrier. I don't know them personally, but from everything I've heard and seen and knowing you guys, they've done a good job. So how have you felt appreciated over your year? I know for me, it's always been either nicer trucks, nicer runs, whatever it is. Shelley, give us an idea of what's kept you with good carriers over the years.
Well, Sharp is the longest carrier I've been with, 14 years. Well-maintained equipment, safe equipment, the open door policy, the fact that I have 24/7 access to my employer should there be any problem anywhere. He knows me by my name, and he knew that 2 days after hiring me when I walked back into the office. I'm not a number, and we're very much family-oriented, and that plays a big role. It's a very big role. Any safety concerns, he addresses them. He doesn't care where you are, how far away you are, or how much money it's going to cost him. If it's a concern, it's dealt with. And we need more of that. We need more of that in this industry.
How about you, Kimberly? You're on the other side. You're not behind the wheel necessarily, but what keeps you appreciated?
His greatest qualities as a leader is the fact that he trusts and empowers his team. Those are some of the most important to me, and that he cares about each member of his team on an empathetic and compassionate level. If there's anything that he can do to help anybody, then he will go out of his way to do so. And this includes, even drivers, if they're away from home and an emergency were to come up, he would cover the cost to bring them back. So from my end, can't say enough good things about the company or about the CEO.
Very good. Right.
Like that title. He's not in the title.
He's very humble.
Nobody in our office has a title because he always believes that titles go to people's heads and people work better together as a team without the titles.
Yep.
And and he shows the support, just the stuff that you guys are doing with WTFC. I got to talk about the truck because the last time we were together was the big unveiling of the truck. So how Destiny Star, yes, its name. So how has that been going? What kind of feedback have you gotten on the road with?
Oh, we've been getting lots of feedback on the truck. Rest areas, people come up. They come up to take pictures. They ask about the ladies on the truck. Kimberly, you don't know, but you've had 3 marriage proposals. So, yeah, we get all kinds of things, right? They're just lots of interest, lots of pictures. I had a car start to pass me, and then it slowed down and went back, and they came back up to the driver's window, looked at me, backed off a little bit, come back up, started waving, and I put my window down, and they're like, that's you. That's you on there, right? Those are real women, right on. And, so having real faces on the truck makes a lot different than if I would have used stock images.
How about you, Kimberly? Have you heard any feedback? I mean, your face is one of the faces on the side of the truck. So, other than the marriage proposals, and I will warn anybody that if you're proposing to her, she's one of the strongest women in the world, I think. So if you follow her on Facebook, so before you go there and married, I'm not going there. Okay. So any feedback from you?
From the truck, people love it. They absolutely love it. Same thing that Chili was mentioning. It's always in the, people want to line up and take photos with it. So great. The graphics turned out fantastic. Great design. Great way to blend Sharp and WTFC together as well. So even the color scheme, is absolutely very well done. So sending the message out.
It is beautiful. What about women in the industry? Are women happy to see their represented? I won't say their faces because it's not all, but being represented in the industry that way.
We think so, and we've had 3 or 4 different ladies say, "Hey, can I get that wrap on my truck?" Right? So, we're starting to see a turn, and it's not about we've had a few that have been, "Oh, this is all about me, me, me." No, it's not. This is about promoting women and what we do in this industry, in the various roles, and we are an important piece of the puzzle out here. So, we need to strut our stuff because we're just as good as any guy.
Just on that note, actually, for people asking about the truck wrap, Shelley does have model die-cast trucks coming out in November with that image.
How do we get one of those?
They'll be available online soon.
All right. Keep me posted. We might need to get one of those. Anyway, I can tell you from a male driver in the industry that women have always been doing a good job. I've supported them. I used to run with some of them, and they were amazing to run with. They did a really good job. So I don't believe that men are better or women are better. So I think there is a big role to play. So I hope that you guys are getting that message. So again, where can we find out about the event? Do we register for the event? Is there a cost? Tell us a little bit more about it.
Yeah, it's $50 for non-members, but you also get included a 1-year membership in WTFC. It's $25 plus tax for members. You can do that through our website at www.wtfc.ca.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much. Anything you want to add? Did I miss anything? No. Apparently not. Apparently not.
Sign up today.
Sign up today. And are you still taking proposals? We won't leave that. We'll leave that one alone.
Sign up to the event and we'll talk.
Okay. Hey, there's a first fit. No. Okay, that's the prize. Different prize. Anyway, thank you very much, ladies.